Hello everyone, this is Frank and we're back in Amazonia on the RPG server. Today I started dealing with something that I have been avoiding for a long time, and that is the infrastructure. Gosh. The reason why I've been avoiding it is because, well, whenever I started making it before, it just really didn't work out well. I was really unhappy about everything I built because infrastructure is something that I can sometimes struggle a lot with. It is actually pretty funny because the first towns I ever built in this game, infrastructure was actually something that I usually began with very, very early. And it was actually one of the things that when I built my towns, the infrastructure was actually one of the things I was the most happy with when it came to my design. And but then it just switched around, and all of a sudden I was terribly bad at it in comparison to the other things. It's funny that way, but I decided, okay, it's time to do this. So I built this kind of funny looking stairway, and I started to build this street out, and I was just, oh gosh, I was so unhappy about it. I was so unhappy about it. Because it made me feel sick in a way, which is the problem I've been having in the latest towns I've been doing. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess it's just that I have started out doing roads and I've been kind of happy with them, but after a while I just think that it's just been making me feel a bit ill. I guess it's the block combinations and everything, and it's just been like it's been too much. It's been too much of one kind of block, and it's just been making me sad. And this was making me very, very sad until I started to add a bit of nature, and it just started to get way better. Like just wow, it just made such a huge difference, and this is really something which I have to get better at. I have to get better at adding parks and adding nature in my towns, because this is not something that I am very good at all. I am very, very much a noob when it comes to this. When it comes to terraforming and building wild nature, I am actually quite happy about what I do. Like building custom trees and everything, building funny looking mountains and stuff. I am happy about that. But as soon as you start combining nature with towns, I'm very much a noob. Very, very much a noob when it comes to that. And I think that the reason why my earlier towns just worked out better is because they were, basically all of them were kind of harbor towns. And so I was using a lot more colors in it. Like you always had water, which offered a nice contrast, and you had gosh, what are they called? Well, you had a lot of wood and stuff in combination with the stone, so it offered more. It just offered more, and yeah. Gosh, the town Victoria I was building a long time ago now, I guess. Oh gosh, time flies by. In that town, I started building the buildings, and infrastructure was something I dealt with later on, which is something I really regret, because the only part of that town which I was really, really happy with was actually a part of the town where I built infrastructure first and then put in the buildings. Like there, it looked great. Everywhere else, it just looked not so great. It looked weird, to be quite honest. And when I was looking around at other towns that people had built, and I kind of realized, their infrastructure looks nice. Why doesn't mine look nice? Like, what are they doing differently? Nature. They have green stuff. They have green stuff. And then I just, as an afterthought, I started adding in some trees and bushes and stuff, but it really didn't look very well because, well, I didn't really have the space needed for it and stuff, to be completely honest. And I was really, really close to making the same mistake here. Really, really, really close. But then, when I was just feeling sick of all of this that I builded? Well, why did I say builded? All of this that I built, I suddenly remembered, greens, nature. So I started to add a bit of nature, and I think that this is really the thing that saves it the most. Looking a bit grayish over here, but I'll change the biome over here to jungle as well, so we'll have this beautiful nice green. Now this is an idea that I got from Shiftmaster. Now he's an admin on Corrales server, and he's really good at nature and parks. He focuses a lot, as far as I've understood, on infrastructure and setting up plots in towns and just managing how everything works together and what kind of buildings that are important. But he's also really good at nature and getting it into towns, and I've been really impressed by the things that he does. And then in a video he explained that in real life he's a landscape architect, and you can really tell. You can really tell because he's so good at it. He's so amazingly good at it. And in one of his episodes, he showed a simpler kind of park, or not park, but a simpler kind of addition to nature in a town called rain gardens. And yeah, this is a rain garden. It is not as elaborate and nice as his rain garden. I'm not using the same amount of space, and well, also I am a noob at this and he's an expert. So that might be a reason as well. But yeah, rain garden is yeah, in towns when the rainwater comes down, you know, usually it just goes down into trenches by the road, and then it hits the sewers. But the rain garden, what it does is that the water pours down into these little gardens that are, you know, slightly below street level. And the water runs down, and it gets filtered in the dirt, and in the dirt or gravel, whatever, sand or whatever is used, I don't actually know, and by the plants. And when it hits the sewers, it's actually clean, which not only feels like something that looks nice and pretty, it also feels like something that's very good indeed to have in a city. And I do think that is something that we will see more in cities, because, well, it is kind of needed. Kind of is, nature-wise. So yeah, he has a video where he talks about these rain gardens, and he shows you how to do them. And I think for this video that I will, since it's been a huge help for me, and really a lot of things that he talks about, gardens and everything, and just things to think about when you're doing a town, really. They're really helpful, so I would link that video. I think you should check it out for sure, because it definitely has inspired me and been a lot of help. Like, if I didn't have this garden here in the middle, I would have been so sick of this all. Now it's actually starting to work out fine. Like, I can still see some problems with it, and I don't think that I will be entirely happy with what I do here, because, well, especially when it comes to gardens, I am a noob. I am. But I have to practice on it, and eventually maybe I will become good at it. Who knows? Who knows? So I decided to add bushes on this side as well. I thought it was nice because, well, also, do you see the bushes in these diagonals? I don't think they look very good at all. So if I can just add as much greens in on both sides of the streets as possible just before starting to add the buildings, then that's a good thing. Also, I want to talk a bit about this, because this is something that I do keep a lot in mind when building, and that's different elevations in a town. It's just so important to make the town look good. So this, well, okay, so we have a wall here, and here is going to be a small little garden, and here we're going to have a house. And I think maybe possibly we will have room for another house. And I will make those houses before I start making the front of the fort here. So I know how well it will combine together and stuff like that. Let's see, how much space do I actually have for a house there? I should really check that out. Right guys, so I've done a bit more work here and I started to measure out where I would like to place the buildings, and I did notice that, well, I did say before that I would like 2 rows of buildings, and I'm kind of seeing that that would not be possible. Don't have the space for it. Fortunately, these buildings in themselves will be several levels, and well, the height of the building in the front will probably be lower than in the back, because I do like building in that way, so we would still get an impression of that. Now, the measured size of these buildings are at the moment 20 by 20. I find that 20 blocks in the front is a very good size for a building. 20 blocks in the back, I would probably like to run it further back actually, but well, this is going to be the front of the fort. But maybe I can actually bring this down a bit, because this is pretty big and I don't think it needs to be that big. Because I think I would like this to be at least 24 or 25 or something like that. Because I usually do build my buildings quite tall, and it kind of looks silly if it's this thin then. It kind of does. I'll just have to see what I do about that. Maybe I just won't build them as tall as I usually do. Now, so yeah, 20 by 20. And then we have another story going up here. And then we're going to place buildings that goes in this direction, I believe, with a longer front than 20 blocks, I believe. I got a pretty good image in my head of what I want to do here. I should probably sketch that out for myself so I don't forget about it, but yeah. Let's see, let's look at this. Yeah, this just goes way better now than when I actually measure this up and don't just randomly derp around. I'm so happy that I finally got down to doing this. I just need to remove this very thing. Yeah, that thing. I don't know. I think we'll probably remove that. Oh, I just got an idea. Oh, I want to try this. Okay, I'll be right back. So yeah guys, this was the idea that I got when I was recording there, to have these small, tiny little gardens on different elevations with some water pouring down, and I think it looks really nice actually. I really like it. I do however think that if I do this, I have to bring up these walls just a few blocks, because it looks a bit weird now. So I will do that and I'll be right back, and then I guess we'll see if we're going to keep these things or not. Okay, so I brought it up a few blocks. Something looks odd about it. I don't know what. But in one way I feel it should be 1 block lower. But on the other hand, if I bring it down a block, I kind of think it would look a bit weird over here. Question is though, wow, well, the walkway certainly got a bit effed up. Just a little bit. Well, I'm sure we can fix that. Let's see. Well, that won't be a problem, I'm sure. Okay, I only have. What am I stuck in? Oh, the wines. Always the wines. Let's see, how many stairs would we need? Let's see. Okay, right. Yeah, sure, why not? That works. It does. Now this stairway up here is a bit weird, so we'll fix that a bit. It won't be perfect, but yeah, just make it a bit more usable. It's fine though, it's fine. Okay. Yeah, sure, that works. Okay, so how does it look in the bend there? Tiny bit strange. Maybe this could go the whole way. Ah, I'll find a way. But I do feel, even though I can't lower this block, or well, I could, but I think it would look a bit strange. I don't really like this. It's all of a sudden we again have the situation where it's just, this is too flat. It's just too many blocks of the same type. I guess there are other ways to fix this, like. Either we can go like the super lazy way, which is pretty nice, and just have stuff like hanging down here from the gardens. If we're going to do that, I want it to be kind of different levels. And of course the vines, which is always the shitty weapon when you're doing design and you don't really know what to do. Right. I don't know about that. This makes me think of the villager noses for some reason. I don't really know. Maybe we can put like buttons on it so they have eyes as well. Right. Yeah, we have to do something about this wall for sure if we are bringing it up a few blocks like that. But otherwise, yeah. Or actually, what would this look like if we went down one? Maybe it wouldn't look too strange. Let's just check it real quick. Hello. I always get confused about the half slabs because all of them are not placed in the same place. Right, okay, it would look like that. Fine. Let's take a look at this. Oops. It actually doesn't look too bad. I don't know. Choices. Actually, it would be kind of nice to have this wall kind of going a bit like this, maybe, perhaps, as well. And then maybe we could elevate each of these sections just a bit. Possibly, actually. I gotta do some thinking about that. I want to get more shape into this for sure, at least. So, yeah, guys. I actually think I'm starting to become quite happy about this. What are they saying in chat? What? You seem to have some poop in your castle, Frank. Frank, your build is poopy? Okay, well, looking at this at least, it looks very clean. The only worry I have about this at the moment is that it looks so clean now, so I'm worried that if I add anything, which I'll certainly have to, like buildings and things, which are typically required in a town, I'm just a bit worried that it will start to look a bit messy. So, yeah, hope I won't be too afraid of that, but this is, yeah. I think it's looking quite nice. And from the sound of it, some of the mods have griefed my castle. So, yeah, I guess we can take a look at that just real quick. Going from this lovely area to the horrible sketchy place and see what they've done. Where is that turd? Hitting wrong keys. Is it down below? It was Milky from the Zip Crowd server. Why did he build a huge piece of shit in my... Milky! Why did he do this? Maybe he just really had to go. I guess there's really no toilets around here. So yeah, okay guys, I think that's it for the Amazonia episode today. It's been really nice working on the gardens, getting some greens into my town, and now I have a huge piece of shit here, which I can use to fertilize them, I guess. So thank you for that, Milky. Very nice of you. Yeah. Okay guys, this is Frank, and you've been watching Amazonia. Okay, whatever. That sounds silly. Thank you for watching. Bye guys.